You were taught to be kind, patient, understanding. You were told that if you're good to people, they'll be good to you. But no one told you this. Kindness without strength becomes weakness. The truth is, the world doesn't reward kindness. It rewards strength. Because strength commands respect. Kindness only earns it when it's backed by power. Have you ever wondered why good people are ignored, while the ruthless rise? Why the ones who care the most often end up exhausted, unseen, and left behind? It's not because the world is cruel. It's because we've misunderstood what real kindness actually means. In this video, we're going to talk about why kindness alone won't protect you, and how to become the kind of strong, grounded person this world truly respects. Most people think being good means being agreeable. They think kindness means saying yes, staying quiet, and avoiding conflict. But that's not goodness. That's fear wearing a mask. The truth is, strength without kindness becomes cruelty, but kindness without strength becomes self-destruction. And that's the trap so many fall into. They believe being kind will protect them, that if they stay patient, people will notice their goodness. But life doesn't work that way. People don't respect you for how much you give. They respect you for what you won't tolerate. This video isn't about becoming ruthless or cold. It's about becoming strong enough to stay kind in a world that constantly tests your limits. It's about understanding that compassion means nothing if you can't protect it. By the end of this, you'll know exactly how to keep your kindness, without being taken advantage of, walked over, or silenced again. To understand why this happens, we need to look at how the human mind and society really work. From the time you were a child, you were told to be nice. Be polite. Don't make people upset. Always say sorry. And slowly, without realizing it, you learned something dangerous, that your safety depended on keeping everyone happy. So you became agreeable. You avoided conflict. You smiled when you wanted to speak. You said, "It's fine," when it wasn't. And you convinced yourself that being good meant never upsetting anyone. But here's the problem. That version of kindness isn't love. It's fear. Psychologists call it the fawning response, a survival pattern where people please others to avoid rejection, anger, or pain. It's when you sacrifice your truth to keep the peace. Think about it. The coworker who takes on everyone's extra work but never gets promoted. The friend who's always there for everyone else but no one shows up for them. Partner who gives endlessly, hoping love will be enough, only to realize it never is. That's not real kindness. That's emotional self-erasure. We're taught that selflessness is noble, but when it costs you your self-respect, it's not noble. It's a slow kind of destruction. Because here's the harsh truth. The world doesn't value self-sacrifice. It values self-respect. The world runs on a simple but uncomfortable rule. People follow strength. It's built into our psychology, our biology, and even our history. From an evolutionary standpoint, humans are wired to trust confidence in leadership. We look for signals of certainty, not submission. That's why people who speak with conviction are seen as credible, even when they're wrong. And the quiet, overly agreeable ones often fade into the background, no matter how kind or talented they are. Machiavelli understood this centuries ago when he wrote, "It's better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both." He didn't mean cruelty, he meant respect. Because respect is the foundation of every real connection, and respect only exists when you show people your limits. In the modern world, this truth still holds. In workplaces, in friendships, in love, people unconsciously test boundaries. They want to see what you'll allow, what you'll tolerate, and what you'll stand for. Ironically, when you finally say no, when you assert yourself, people might resist you at first, but deep down, they trust you more. Why? Because boundaries communicate stability. They show that your kindness has roots, that it's not a desperate attempt to be liked, but a conscious choice rooted in strength. Strength earns respect, and respect gives your kindness meaning. But strength isn't about control or dominance, it's about something far deeper. Self-mastery. Real strength isn't loud. It's not about raising your voice, controlling others, or proving your worth. It's about mastering yourself, your emotions, your reactions, your peace. The Stoic philosophers understood this thousands of years ago. They believed true power comes from the one thing you can control: yourself. You can't control how people treat you, but you can control what you tolerate, how you respond, and when you choose to walk away. Inner strength is quiet. It's the calmness to stand in a storm without being moved by it. It's the courage to say no without guilt, and to love people without letting them walk all over you. Carl Jung, the great psychologist, called this the integration of the shadow, the hidden part of you that holds your assertiveness, anger, and raw power. Most people suppress it. They think being good means never getting angry, never pushing back, never being firm. But when you bury that part of yourself, you also bury your strength. To become whole, you must bring that side back, consciously, wisely. It's not about becoming harsh or cold. It's about having access to every part of who you are, your compassion and your power. And that starts with a few simple but uncomfortable shifts. Learn to say no, not with guilt, but with calm certainty. Set emotional boundaries, not to shut people out, but to keep your energy sacred. And most importantly, detach your self-worth from others' approval. You are not here to be liked. You're here to live in truth. Because when your strength comes from self-mastery, no one can manipulate your kindness again. Let's see how this plays out in the real world, where kind people lose and strong ones rise. Let's look at how this plays out in everyday life. Take the workplace. You've probably seen the person who always says yes, who covers shifts, takes extra tasks, never complains. Everyone likes them, but no one promotes them. Why? Because their kindness is expected, not respected. They've trained people to see their help as a given. Now compare that to someone who has clear limits. They do great work, but when something isn't fair, they speak up. They don't beg for approval, and because of that, their presence carries weight. Their yes means something because they're not afraid to say no. Or think about relationships. The partner who gives endlessly, forgives endlessly, and accepts everything eventually becomes invisible. Love turns into obligation. But the partner who communicates boundaries, who says, "This isn't okay with me," earns both respect and deeper connection. Their love has structure. It's grounded in strength. Even in history, the most balanced leaders understood this truth. Marcus Aurelius, one of Rome's greatest emperors, ruled with mercy and discipline. He showed kindness, but never at the expense of justice. He knew that compassion without firmness leads to chaos, and firmness without compassion leads to tyranny. The power lies in holding both. That's the balance the world secretly craves. Not blind niceness, but strong, conscious kindness. So how do you build that kind of balance? How do you stay kind, but never weak? There's an ancient saying, "Be as soft as silk, but as strong as steel." That's the ideal. The strong spine, soft heart philosophy. Kindness isn't supposed to make you a victim. It's supposed to make you powerful, not through control, but through clarity. A strong spine means you have principles. You know what you stand for. You have limits that protect your energy, time, and dignity. A soft heart means you don't let bitterness harden you. You still care, still empathize, still see the humanity in others. True strength isn't about dominating others. It's about not being dominated by your own fears, guilt, or people's expectations. Here's what that balance looks like in action. You help others, but only when it doesn't destroy your peace. You forgive, but you don't forget what someone has shown you. You speak with empathy, but you don't silence your truth to keep others comfortable. You stay humble, but you never let humility become self-erasure. That's how you evolve from nice to noble, From someone who seeks validation to someone who lives by inner conviction. Yes, people might call you selfish when you start setting boundaries. They might accuse you of changing. But what they're really saying is, I can't use you the way I used to. Let them. Because what you're building is rarer and more valuable. Self-respect rooted in self-awareness. You stop asking, will they like me if I do this? And start asking, will I respect myself if I do this? That's the shift from emotional slavery to emotional mastery. Here's the part no one tells you about becoming stronger. It's lonely. When you stop saying yes to everything, when you stop tolerating disrespect, when you stop letting guilt dictate your choices, people will leave. And that's when doubt creeps in. You start thinking, maybe I was nicer before, maybe I'm becoming cold, maybe I'm the problem. But what's really happening is detachment, the painful separation between your old self and your real self. The old you was built for survival, people-pleasing, keeping peace, staying small. The new you is built for truth, clarity, courage, and inner stability. And truth always comes with a price, the price of comfort. You'll sit in silence some nights, wondering if the strength is worth it. But then something incredible happens. You begin to notice peace, the kind that doesn't depend on anyone's approval. You begin to attract people who respect your boundaries instead of testing them. You begin to feel proud of yourself, not because you're liked, but because you're aligned. That's the transition from loneliness to self-trust. It's not that you have fewer people, it's that you now have the right people. And more importantly, you've built a relationship with yourself that can't be manipulated, broken, or bought. That's when you realize strength doesn't isolate you, it filters your world. When you finally merge strength and kindness, something profound happens. You stop being reactive and start being intentional. You no longer help people out of fear of being disliked. You help because it aligns with your values. You no longer stay silent to keep the peace. You speak because peace built on lies isn't peace, it's paralysis. This transformation changes how you see kindness entirely. You realize that kindness isn't about pleasing others. It's about choosing integrity over approval. Power in its purest form isn't control, it's self-command. It's the ability to act from principle instead of pressure. It's saying, I care about you, but I won't betray myself to keep you. That's the evolution of the soul. When your compassion grows wiser and your strength grows gentler. You become what philosophers called a complete human. Someone who doesn't break from cruelty or shrink from conflict. Someone who embodies both mercy and might. This is where kindness becomes unshakable. Not because the world is kind to you, but because you've learned to stand tall, no matter how the world behaves. And that's the paradox. When you stop needing to prove your goodness, you naturally become more good. When you stop needing to prove your strength, you naturally become more strong. Because now, your power comes from within. Here's the truth. Most people never realize. You can't save the world by being endlessly kind, but you can help heal it by being unbreakably strong. Real kindness isn't soft. It's sacred. It's choosing love even after seeing cruelty. It's offering understanding without surrendering your dignity. It's standing your ground not out of ego, but out of respect for what's right. The world doesn't need more people who are nice. It needs people who are anchored, people whose kindness isn't a mask but a choice. Because when your kindness is backed by strength, it doesn't get manipulated, it gets multiplied. It inspires others to rise, not to take. It teaches others how to love without losing themselves. So if you've ever been told, you're too nice, remember, that's not a flaw. It's an invitation to evolve. Don't stop being kind. Just stop being afraid to be strong. Let your heart stay soft, but let your boundaries be steel. Because kindness alone won't save you. But strength will protect the kindness within you. And that's what the world truly needs. Not more kindness or more power, but people who can hold both.